Coach PJ here. Have you ever dreaded having a conversation with someone or dragged your feet on addressing an issue because you knew it was going to be difficult? Well, you're not alone. Many defining moments in life come from having crucial conversations. Those conversations that create a shift in attitude and behavior. When the stakes are high, you have a crucial conversation. This could mean you're dealing with a sensitive topic, you're addressing a problem, or have a disagreement that could escalate quickly. You may be at risk of losing or damaging a relationship. It could be with a friend, a family member, a client, or a business partner. The author of Crucial Conversations, Carrie Patterson, is an awesome and amazing writer, researcher, educator, and mentor. You see, he studied more than 20,000 successful communicators over 25 plus years to determine what made them different from others in their ability to deal with crucial conversations. You see, the successful communicators were able to hold such conversations in a positive space, even when surrounded by highly charged emotions. This book is written on the premise that when you are stuck in any situation, whether at home or at work, it is the crucial conversation which is keeping you away from your desired result. And when you learn to handle such crucial moments effectively, you can accomplish the result you want in your life. So let's dig into the 7 essential steps that have been identified. We'll start with heart. When you start with the heart and you stay focused on what you really want, entering any situation with misplaced emotion or a poor mindset can start off the conversation on the wrong foot. In this case, you may bring anger, resentment, or revenge if you've already made up your mind about the situation. If you've made up your mind about the situation or the person, there's little room for an open mind or feelings of goodwill about the other person. So ask yourself what you want before starting the conversation. What result are you seeking? Make sure your behavior matches your motives, and your motives are positive. They're from the heart. Clarify what you want for yourself, for others, and for the relationship. Enter the conversation with an open mind. Seek to understand other perspectives and opinions, and thinking as it relates to the circumstances at hand. In any conversation, make sure you maintain mutual respect. Next, be present. Stay in the dialogue. Learn to see and look. In a crucial conversation, it is easy to fail to see what's really going on, miss or misinterpret warning signs that the conversation is falling off track. By being present, you'll see those warning signs. If you fail to see when the conversation is off track, then you're not in dialogue. The quicker you can realize that, you can get back to dialogue and the lower the cost to the relationship. When any discussion starts to become stressful, we end up doing the exact opposite of what works. We ruin the conversation because we miss those warning signs. We turn the healthy conversation into an unhealthy or crucial conversation. Hence, to avoid this, we must learn to look at the content and the conditions. Begin to see when things become crucial, and learn to watch for safety and problems. Look at whether others are moving towards silence or they're having outbreaks or they're under stress, so that you can then make it safe. When there's fear, you will find defensiveness. You'll shutting down or fighting back. They will avoid the conversation. They may even pretend to agree or pretend they're listening, but they actually aren't. When someone misunderstands you, it is your responsibility to help them understand your intentions and clear up the source of the misunderstanding. The safer that people feel, the more open the conversation they will be willing to have with you. The way to demonstrate that you respect their perspective is by listening, to genuinely show that yes, we are listening to you, openly and respectfully. This can only be done from an authentic place of compassion and curiosity. Listening is key, and the more you listen, the more they will open up, and the more they will be willing to listen to us in return. There are 4 powerful paths of listening. Ask. Ask open-ended questions about how they think or they feel and what's really going on. Mirror. Your body language, mirroring your body language, it will build trust. Paraphrase. Reflect to make sure you heard what they said correctly. Or priming, which means taking your best guess at what the other person might be thinking to generate conversation. Number 4, don't get hooked on emotions. So what do I mean by that? Crucial conversations are often charged by emotions. When emotions start flying around, it's easy to get hooked, to fuel the emotions, or to play into the emotions. First, notice what emotions are at play. Name them. Is it anger, frustration, hurt, disappointment, shame? Once you recognize the emotions that are involved, you can sidestep them by focusing on the end goal. You can also refuse to engage. Keep a level head. Model the emotion you want to see, whether it's calm, clear-headed, thoughtful. Don't get sucked in. Be clear with what you want and what you don't want to happen as a consequence of raising the concern or issue. To avoid getting hooked by the emotions, it takes mindfulness and confidence. The confidence that you can remain calm and clear to get the outcome you're looking for. 5 tools to use as defined by the acronym STATE, S-T-A-T-E. S, share the facts. Start with the facts, not controversial. T, tell the story. When this happens, I feel, I get the impression, tell your story. A, ask for the other person's story. The other person, how do you see it? What are your thoughts? T, talk tentatively. It seems to me, in my opinion, from my viewpoint, call me crazy. And E, encourage testing. You seem frustrated. You seem upset. By the tone of your voice, it seems that testing process. But don't get hooked on emotions. It will spiral out of control. It's not going to go the way you want if you engage in the emotional level. 5, agree on a mutual purpose. When you have a mutual purpose, you can use it to anchor the conversation. You can build the rest of the conversation on this mutually agreed upon goal. We both want a better relationship. We both want the project to turn out well. We both want the client to be happy. When there's not a common objective, then you may find that I want one thing and that you don't necessarily want that. It's unlikely to be a successful conversation. We have no common ground. Next, separate the facts from the story. The story we tell about ourselves is actually our experience and what drives our feelings. If we are angry, we must have told ourselves a story in which our anger is justified. If we're sad or upset, then we must have told ourselves a story which has justified our emotions. However, we have a choice about the stories we tell. And when a particular story drives us in an unproductive direction, we can choose to tell ourselves a different story. 3 common stories we tell ourselves that lead to unproductive conversations. 1 is the victim story. It's not my fault. 2 is a villain story, which says it's all your fault. Or 3 is a helpless story, is there's nothing else I can do. When we find ourselves in any of these 3 stories, you can turn them around by changing yourself from a victim into the actor, from a villain into humans, and turn the helpless into a hero. Keep the facts separate from the story. There are 2 different positions. 1 is the facts, and 1 is the story you're telling yourself. And 7, agree on an action plan. The reason that you're having this conversation in the first place is to impact the outcome, to change the trajectory, to get unstuck. If you don't take action, all the healthy talk in the world is for naught and will eventually lead to disappointment and possibly hard feelings. Once you come to a shared understanding, it's time to focus on the resolution or the course of action that will result in the desired outcome. Consider the magnitude of the conversation, and the actions required are not necessarily easy. It can take time, energy, and a serious commitment. Making the decision is not the last step in the process, but the first in the series of actions, an ongoing commitment by all parties to achieve the expected outcome. In conclusion, at any point in time, you may have to deal with someone who is of a different mindset, who has a differing opinion, who has emotions. In many cases, understanding them and getting them to understand your views is vital. If you can learn the art of handling crucial conversations, it will give you a leg up in handling your personal and professional life more positively. If you got value from this video, subscribe, click the bell below to be notified when a new video is uploaded. You can also like, comment, or share this video. Until next time.